So that was my number one, and I'm pretty sure I know your number one.
So I'm going to take you back to 90, maybe 92. And we have, it was like a Nintendo Power strategy guide of Mario 3. And my mom had gotten it. We didn't have the game. I assume this was the time when Mario 3 came out in Japan, but it hadn't come out in America yet. I'm trying to line up the time in my mind, and I don't know. All I know is we don't have the game. And it's either we can't afford the game or it's not out yet. But we have the strategy guide. So my brother, my mom, and I, like, for weeks and weeks and weeks, every night, we look through that strategy guide. I'm like with a pencil, like drawing my path through the level, just dreaming about Mario 3. And eventually we get Mario 3, and we play the fucking shit out of it as a family. And it's been my favorite game of all time for a very long time. Partially because it's just well designed. Like, there's so much variety to the game. But also just that family experience. Like, I don't have very many positive family memories, and this is one of them. Like, we had joy around Mario 3 for a very long time. And I still revisit it from time to time, and just, it's still there. That game's still amazing. It is no longer my favorite game of all time. My favorite game of all time is Astro Bot now. It is not just my game of the year this year. It is my favorite game I've ever played. It is the pinnacle of any game I've ever played for many of the same reasons. It is superb. It is superbly designed. Like, the way that the platforming works is very simple. It's very elegant. There are multiple ways to get through the level. There are secrets abound, both secret exits to the game and also just different ways to path through the level. And then obviously the bots. Some of the bots are regular bots. Some of the bots are PlayStation themed bots. A lot of the criticism I've heard about Astro Bot is that it's an advertisement for PlayStation and it plays on your nostalgia. I don't have nostalgia for PlayStation. I started playing PlayStation and PS4. I don't know most of the characters that are coming up that I'm picking up. I love this game because of what this game is and what it presents. It is pure joy. It is absolute fun from beginning to end. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Every single level is designed around a theme. Some levels give you a power-up that lasts just that level and they never bring it back again. So they don't iterate on it. It's just, here it is and it's gone. And it's like something I always talk about with wine, where wine is my favorite alcohol because once you drink that, it's gone. You don't get that same vintage ever again. It could be the same grape, it could be a cab from the same vineyard the next year, but it doesn't taste the same. That, even in the same case, like, it tastes slightly different. And that wine is gone. That level, you played it, you'll never play it again. You'll never have the experience again. I played it by myself at night when my family was asleep, and then in the mornings or in the weekends, that's all my daughter wanted to play too. So we would play through what I had already played through, and she mostly played, had hands on the sticks, and I was just there to coach her through some things or help her every once in a while when she needed help. But eventually, it turned from a game that my daughter and I played together to a game that my daughter and my wife played together. And my wife would just be watching her playing, and then eventually when the DLC shit came out, when the speedrun levels came out, we started every week. It was like, or I think it was every week that it came out. I think it was the pace was weekly. But every time the speedrun came out, we would have Mom play the game. And she fucking sucked at it so bad. And it just took forever for her. And then she finally beat the level, and then we would repeat the process, and it was just such a fun time. And then my wife finally understood that these are speedrun levels for people who are sickos. And actually, if you go back and play the game from the beginning, you learn how to play the game, and it's not as fucking brutal. And she was like, wait, this game is teaching me how to play. Like, yeah, yes, that is. Team Asobi designed this to be like someone's first game. It's yours. So she went back, and she's currently through like World 3 or whatever. But she is enjoying playing the game. It's the only game that we've all played as a family, other than, we played Mario Kart as a family, but like this is another level where my wife is like kind of interested in playing this game even on her own. And then, you know, today at Awesome Games on Quick, she sat and watched most of Astro Bot with us, and she was just like, holy shit, you can do that in this game? Like, yep, if you're really good at it, you can. So the idea of the joy that it brings a family is something that was with Mario 3 was true, and is true with this now. And then add to it the way that, you know, I forget the main guy at Asobi at the Game Awards, who was basically like, yeah, we tried to do our best Nintendo impression here. Thank God for Nintendo. We love Nintendo. Like, this is like Mario Galaxy 3. I like this game more than Odyssey, like by a mile. This game is, I think, better constructed. It is more coherent in the different levels. Odyssey's an amazing accomplishment, and this is just miles better than it, which is incredible for a platformer, which is my favorite genre of game, which is why this is my favorite game of all time, because it's my favorite fucking platformer of all time now. But it is meaningful from the way that it's constructed down to the memories that it's created in my house. I will forever look at that little mascot and just be in love with what it did. And in such a short time, it came out fucking September. Like, we didn't know about it until May in that PlayStation Direct, and it just took my house by storm. And it was so amazing to watch my daughter, who, as I said earlier, like, bounces from game to game to game, just like me, and just could not stop playing Astro Bot, and then restarted it, and is now going through with her mom and helping her mom. And there's still more for us to do. We have not gotten every bot. We have not finished the final level. The secret level, I mean. So there's still more to this game that we haven't done yet, that I'm so excited that is still ahead of us. And I can't imagine there's not more coming. Like, there's no Final Fantasy anywhere in this game. And either Square is stupid, or there's more to come, or I don't fucking know.
I don't know on that one. I'm like, not all Final Fantasies are there, need to be there, especially, but I am shocked there's not a Cloud, a Tifa, and Aerith, Barrett, like the 7 characters specifically.
Well, especially when there's a Buster Sword
also
in
Clive 16 stuff, I would expect as well.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a Buster Sword in Astro's Playroom.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's not an agreement that it's made before.
So I don't know. That's always been a weird one, but you're right. There's probably more coming. Let's be honest. There's got to be.
And so anyway, this game is very much like the heart of the team. Like, you know, Japan Studio got wiped from the face of the earth, but people from Japan Studio came into Team Asobi, and the first level, the first galaxy. At the end of every galaxy, there's a PlayStation themed level. First galaxy, the PlayStation theme level is Ape Escape, which was created by Japan Studio. People from Japan Studio is now at Asobi, so they're making an Ape Escape game, level, in Astro Bot, and it's just got to be like emotionally charged in some way to be making Ape Escape or Local Roco, and being team members who were part of an important studio that no longer exists, but the spirit is living on here. Yeah, dude, I mean, Astro Bot 1 Game of the Year, I cried. Listening to the guy's speech, I fucking cried. Like, this game means so much to me and my family, and it's incredible to me that Mario 3 could be dethroned. And it's so amazing, you know, because Mario 3 has been the top of gaming for me for 30 years, 35 years, 32 years, something like that. And for it to be taken over is kind of how it goes. Like, that, you know, you introduce your hobby to your kids and you get invested in it, and there's something new and something different, something fun, and you get to relive those memories, but in a better way. And that's what this has brought for me and my family. And it's just, you know, that emotional piece is important, but the game itself, without any of that, would still be my game of the year. It probably wouldn't be my game of all time, but it would still be my game of the year. And it's just, you know, I hope that you get a chance to play it at some point. You're not sure as into platformers as I am, but it's something to play.
If my kids, I'm actually expecting that when my kids will buy it here at some point, I'll just tangentially have it in the house.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, this, watching the speedrun, they're like, this looks neat.
Oh man, I think your daughter would really like it.
Yeah,